Here is something I've done 1,000 times before. I'm going to start off with the first area. Okay, this is 4 by 4. Okay, inside this 4 by 4, here's a 4 by 4, here's a 4 by 4, here's a 4 by 4. Okay, so over here we have the sound in the background. So we have 4 by 4 in each of these areas. This area over here is not equivalent to this area over here. I'm assuming, okay, that I would have to draw a line from this point over here to create all these houses. So when we're talking on the, it talks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's your short side right over here. Here's your home plate. Here's the two sides of the home plate. Here would be the third base side. Here would be the first base side. Here would be second base. So we'd play the field. We'd play the field. You notice now the way there's 1 and 2 homes right now. Are we all converging and going into this house to play with these two eyes? Okay, these two eyes running in 3 and 4 and 3 and 4. This section over here runs with 2. And this one over here, 1. 1 is of 4 parts. 2 is of 4 parts. 3, 6, 9, 12. 2 equals 12. 1 equals 4. Let's try and keep the pen. 1 equals 4. 2 equals to 12. 2, area 2, equals to 3, 6, 9, 12. 3 equals to 5. See, right? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. 3 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 equals to 20. 4 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 equals to 28. Now this one has to be equal to 1 equals to 3. 2 equals to 9. 3 equals to 15. 4 equals to 21. We're not going to count this side over here. We need to count every level. Now we're going to count this level over here. 1 equals to 2. Now you know they're opposites. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 equals to 6. 3 equals to 5 and 5 equals to 10. And 4 equals to 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are your breakdowns of the understanding of this area of space. Noted that if you take a look, it's a diamond on top of the and what pops out of the box, and the box opens up. And anyways, this is your scenario. At the same time, if you want to square this off, you would see this design. Now it looks like a box is tilted on an angle. And as we continue on, it'll create its own design within what the possibilities are. So we can also, if we want, we can drag this. Whoop, that was no good. That was terrible. I have to go get some white out. We have to drag this line all the way up to this over here. So let's not forget about that. And then we got this here. So in this area, right, how many squares do we have? So now it's hard to count because we got half squares and we got straight squares. So when we talk halves, we're cutting through. This will create everything to be a 0.5. So everything with 5 is on this angle. Everything else is straight. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. And then 3, 2, 1, the reverse of each other. Okay. Then you have the box, almost like a bread box. So now we're on the side of something. There's a hole over here, right? We can stand up in the room here. This is to put the hole in area space, like the bread box. So that's that design. Then there's this design over here, and this design is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's 4 by 3. And then this was supposed to be the same thing as this, but I didn't do it that way. I just flipped it over the other way. Just wanted to show you that when I put a 4 side here and a 3 side here, I end up with a 3 by 4 here. I end up with 12 here. I end up with 16 here. I end up with 9. I end up with 9 and 12 and 16. And then this one over here, 3, 6, 9, 12 and 12. So you have L, I, L, P. And pil is a battery, or bent, to be bent. Pel is a shovel. Cycle of the moon, the cube, 393, 7393 is the gateway in Saturn. This letter to create the flip side of this, okay, which doesn't end over here. It ends over here because of the lopsided. 3 on one side, 4 on the other. The heart ends up more to be, if I go 4 over here, the heart would end up to be more on the right side. Okay, so now we're going to be down to this situation over here, where I just showed you one part of the top box. It's A, B, C, D. And it's A, B, C, and there's no D because the box stops over here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we're asking why is the 9 ball not a stripe, it's because this side over here stops at 3. See, the lowest ball in solids and stripes stops at 7. The high ball stops at 15. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So if I went 2 more areas here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? See, in solids, you go to 15, right? So it's 5 plus what? It's actually 6. When you count to 15, you're counting the 9 ball, right? And the 10 ball, which equals to 9 and 1. Okay, and then you have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. When you have 11, okay, and 12, and 13, and 14, and 15, only at this point can we count area 1. And the total here will be 15, and the total on the other area, right, which are the singles, will be 5. So all of a sudden, when I said 5, boom, 5. They're all in the 0 family, right? They're all in the 10 area. Its value is 50, equaling to 65. The magic number of 65. Then we have to add on 10 and 9. Okay, 10 and 9 is equal to 84. And that is the number to Pluto, 84. B and E, 5 and 2, 5 and 2. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, 7 and 10, 17, equals to 83, which is the church. 74 is Jesus, 83 is the church, 17 is the gateway of her. 14 is your DNA that brings on add G and E, add age, electric company, adding on age, forcing age and time. According to molecules, okay, they're supposed to all rejuvenate themselves or they will die. So somehow, something that says G and E, which is the same numbers and the cycle to the moon, in this word over here is aging us. 1 and 4, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. I'm not going to use P and M right now, plus, minus, addition, divide, because they're all going to tell us something. This over here is an expression for 5, 4 in the sun. It says, in French, this word will say 2. It says 2 suns. JD, 10 times 4 is 40. The star system, 10 plus 4 is 14, equals 54. The number in the sun, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4. Expresses it all in its own. And then we have all these numbers and situations that come together. So I talk and I talk and I talk, and depending who you are, I am for one needle in a haystack. I am one needle in the haystack, meaning whatever I do, there's only going to be one needle at a time that's going to say, yes, I need it, I don't need it, I don't understand, it helps me, I now believe in math, maybe I shouldn't believe in this, but I believe in this, and our thinking is just more rearranged, but it takes up so much time. So it almost has to be sent the message out a different way. It all has to be in poetry and in songs, because who really sometimes really wants to sit at the opera? If you say, I'm going to the opera, what do most people say? I don't know. But let me tell you one thing. If you think you're not at the opera when you go to the movies, you are. The elevator music and all that background music in James Bond 007 or any other show you watch, that's the opera music. You're always at the opera. You're always somewhere where a sound is being conjunctioned or injunctioned into your life. There's just so many things. The 12-hour clock is into the sun. I'm not really where to go next. Take a look at this. The left side and the right side. The left side and the right side. This is 6. This angle, okay, this is the, what do I call this angle? Well, it's 45 degrees before, 45 degrees after, 90 degrees after, right? Here is 90, no. Here is 90. This is 135, okay? From here, from the center point, it's 135. This is 45, okay? It is not a true, okay? It's a broken up. You cannot measure it exact because this angle and this angle to here and this angle to here are not the same. They're not the same. Actually, they are the same. I'm sorry. I got to cut that out.